Well, good evening to all pro wrestling fans of all shapes and sizes from all over the world. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, we got a lot to talk about in this video. Gonna talk a bunch of pro wrestling tournaments as far as current standings, and also got a new tournament getting ready to start. So, yeah, pro wrestling tournaments, and I'm also going to give my review of AEW Full Gear 2024. I did finally get around to watching that, so want to give my review on that. So, let's dig into some pro wrestling tournament talk. First, gonna start off with TJPW's Next Generation 2024 tournament has reached its epic conclusion. It came down to Toga versus Haru Kazushiro. Excuse me. Toga versus Haru Kazushiro. And in quite a back and forth match and a very surprising outcome, ladies and gentlemen, Haru Kazushiro is your Next Generation 2024 tournament winner. That's right, she was able to pin Toga with the Fisherman Suplex for the 3 count. Honestly, I was pretty shocked. I did not expect Haru Kazushiro to win. Honestly, did not expect her to win. But hey, congratulations to her. So, remember, the winner of this tournament also not only earned a nice little medal, but also earned the right to challenge for any TJPW championship of her choosing. And we now know which title Haru Kazushiro is going to challenge for. Here we go. And there it is. So, Haru Kazushiro, after the match, has requested for Toga to team up with her so that they could go after the Princess Tag titles. And Toga has accepted. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. The title match has been set. Toga and Haru Kazushiro will challenge 1-2 Millions, Miyu Yamashita and Maki Ito, for the Princess Tag Team Championships, which will take place at the TJPW 11th birthday show on Sunday, December 1st at the Tokyo Shinagawa Prince Club EX venue. But yeah, there is your matchup. I gotta be honest, I was a little bit shocked that this was the path that she chose, but I mean, I would have thought she would have challenged for the International Princess Championship, but I mean, it is what it is. We'll see how it goes. I mean, she decides to recruit Toga, the other finalist, as her partner. It's going to be a challenge. I mean, both of them taking on 1-2 Million, that's going to be tough. And pretty bold. But then again, you know, all 3 sets of champions are pretty strong. I mean, you got 1-2 Million as the Princess Tag Champions. You got Yuki Arai, who's the International Princess Champion. And you have Miyu Watanabe, the Princess of Princess Champions. So, I mean, either path, any of the 3 paths she would have chosen would have been really difficult anyways, when you think about it. But she decided to recruit Toga. Hey, let's go after these tag titles. And here we are. The match has been set for TJPW 11th birthday December 1st. So definitely looking forward to that. Should be interesting. Should be interesting. As a matter of fact, I believe they have the rest of the card set for that. Actually, yes, they do. They have the rest of the card set for that. It's only a 6-match card. It's only a 6-match card, but check it out. So, here's what we have for the rest of the card for the TJPW 11th birthday. So, got a 3-way match. The White Dragon Rika Tatsumi versus Kaya Toribami versus Chika Nanase. Rika Tatsumi probably will win that one. Got a singles match between Moka Miyamoto and Kira Summer. That'll be a good test for Kira Summer. Who did pretty good. I mean, she made it to the semifinals in the Next Generation tournament. But Moka Miyamoto's not going to be easy. We got a tag team match of Mahiro Kiryu and Himawari teaming up to take on Hyper Misawa and Haruna Neko. That should be entertaining. I expect that to be full of comedy. This ought to be a good matchup. Got a tag match. The Casual Beauty Yuki Kamifuku teaming up with Wakano Ihara to take on the Big Kaiju Shoko Nakajima and the Burning Venus Yuki Aino. That should be really good. I think that's going to be a solid match. We have an 8-woman tag match where all 4 of the Up girls will be teaming together. That's right. Miyu Watanabe, Raku, Shino Suzuki, and Uta Takami will team up and take on take on Daisy Monkey of Suzume and Aris Endo, the Popping Sugar Rabbit Mizuki, and Yoshiko Hasegawa. Ooh, that's going to be a tough match for the Up girls. That's going to be a really tough match. I mean, Yoshiko Hasegawa, Daisy Monkey, and Mizuki, that's going to be tough. That's going to be really tough. And then what I assume will be the main event, the Princess Tag Team Championship match, Toga Haru Kazushiro versus 1-2 Million, the tag champs, Miyu Yamashita, Maki Ito. So yeah, that's your card for the TJPW 11th birthday, which once it gets a little bit closer to the date, I'll probably do a full-on preview of the show. But yeah. So quite an interesting card. And word is, I believe they announced that all of the shows in TJPW for the month of December will all be live streamed on Wrestle Universe. So no VODs, they'll be live streamed. So good thing you won't have to wait for the VOD. You can watch it live. So that's good. That's big news. That's really big news. And also, congratulations to Yuki Arai for her 7th successful defense of the International Princess Championship. She was able to defeat Shaza McKenzie. Pretty decent match, but she was able to successfully retain. But afterwards, a certain somebody appeared and challenged Yuki Arai for the International Princess Championship. And the match has been set, and I'm looking forward to it because I will actually be at this show in Japan. So let's take a look at Yuki Arai's next challenger. Bam! So, for TJPW's Tokyo Women's Pro Wrestling 25, which is the first show of the year 2025 for TJPW, January 4th at Korakuen Hall, I will be at this show. Yuki Arai will make her 8th defense of the International Princess Championship against one half of Daisy Monkey, the bee herself, Suzume. That's right. Suzume has challenged Yuki Arai for a shot at the blue belt. And I'm actually looking very forward to this match. I will be there live January 4th at Quen Hall for the show. Because I will actually be at this show first, and then I will head on over to the Tokyo Dome for Wrestle Kingdom 19. So this is one of the shows that I will be in attendance. So I'm actually looking very forward to this match. But yeah, first TJPW show to start off the year 2025. And they've already booked this match. So, hey, looking forward to it. Should be really good. Now, when it comes to TJPW, we got the 11th birthday on Saturday, November 30th. They also have the last big show for TJPW for this year, excuse me, will be the TJPW year-end party, which will be on December 29th at Quen Hall as well. So they're going to end the year in Quen Hall and begin the year in Quen Hall. Begin the new year in Quen Hall. So, hey, pretty cool. Pretty cool. But yeah, once again, congratulations to Haru Kazushiro on winning the Next Generation 2024 tournament. And yeah, we'll see how these title matches go. But yeah, should be interesting. Should be really interesting. All right. So next up, want to go over excuse me. Want to go over a tournament that just got announced. We now know the competitors. Actually, before we go there, I just thought about something. So, we now know who the qualifier competitors for the ROH side of the International Women's Cup for Wrestle Dynasty. We now know the ladies announced for the ROH promotion. And those 4 ladies are Billy Starks, Legit Layla Hirsch, the ROH Women's Television Champion, Red Velvet, and the ROH Women's World Champion, Athena. That's right. Athena, Red Velvet, Billy Starks, Layla Hirsch will compete in the qualifier match on ROH, where the winner will advance to the Final 4 representing ROH at Wrestle Dynasty for the International Women's Cup. So, will definitely be interesting to see who wins that and represents ROH, which Wrestle Dynasty, I will be at that show. That is on January 5th, which is the day after Wrestle Kingdom. So, definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, Red Velvet, Athena, Billy Starks, Layla Hirsch. Who's your pick to go to the Tokyo Dome? Let me know your thoughts there. So, back to AEW. So, the Continental Classic, the AEW Continental Classic is set. We now know the competitors for the blue block and for the gold block. So, let's go ahead and take a look at our competitors for this year's Continental Classic. Here we go. All right, we're going to start from the top. Representing the Blue League, we have, of course, the AEW Continental Champion, Kazuchika Okada, Rainmaker, which once again, congratulations to him and his wife on their second child. But yeah, Okada will be back for the start of this tournament. We got Kyle Fletcher from the Don Callis family. We have the newly crowned TNT champion and Daniel Garcia, which I will go into a little later. We have Mark Briscoe. We have Shelton Benjamin. And we have the Beast Mortos to round out the Blue League. Pretty interesting lineup here, especially, you know, you got some heavy hitters, especially with Mark Briscoe, Okada, the Beast Mortos. And throwing in Kyle Fletcher, Shelton Benjamin, Daniel Garcia definitely makes the Blue League very interesting. So I'll be definitely keeping my eyes on the Blue League. Pretty much, I like everybody there. So, can't say that I quite have a favorite, but I'm very curious to see how the Blue League goes. And then, shifting down to the Gold League, you got an interesting lineup here. You have Darby Allin. You got AEW World Trios Champion Claudio Castagnoli of the Death Riders. You have the aerial assassin Will Ospreay. You have Ricochet. You have from the House of Black Brody King. And from the Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson. So yeah, quite an interesting lineup for the Gold League. Definitely got some heavy hitters there, especially Claudio Castagnoli, Will Ospreay, Ricochet, Darby Allin. I mean, you know, definitely full of high flyers. Well, actually, not that many high flyers in this tournament. I mean, the Beast Mortos has got some high-flying background. Darby Allin, Will Ospreay, Ricochet. So not a whole lot of high flyers. Mark Briscoe is, you know, high flyer as well. So I mean, there's a decent number, but it would have been nice if Takeshita was in this tournament. I think that would have been nice. But I think you still got a good lineup with this group. With these 12, I think you still have a good lineup. It's just really hard to pick a winner for the Blue League. For the Gold League, I mean, many may say Will Ospreay might be the favorite, but honestly, I don't know. I'm very curious because, I mean, this will be a league tournament, so round robin style. Everybody will get a chance to face everybody. So, and you know, you never know with tournaments like this. You never know what may happen. I mean, these league style tournaments, the craziest things happen. So definitely, I'm very curious to see how this goes. But this tournament starts this Wednesday. But yeah, Thanksgiving Eve, AEW Dynamite. They will get started with this tournament. So definitely looking forward to when that starts up. Man, so many tournaments to cover. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Alrighty. Okay, now let's switch gears to some tournaments that are currently going on. So first off, let's start with the... You know what? Let's go ahead and start with the 14th Goddess of Stardom Tag League, as it's getting really down to the wire because there's only 2 sets of block matches left on November 30th and December 1st. And then once those matches are over, we'll know who will all be going to the playoffs. But there are a few teams that have already secured a playoff berth. So we're going to talk about it. But it's really going down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. But let's go ahead and dive in and see what we got. Of course, starting with the Red Goddess block. Here we go. All right, Red Goddess block. Okay. Starting from the bottom, we have 3 teams that are sitting at 4 points total. And those teams are Peach Star Rock, Inaba Toyogami, and O2 Line. All right, let's take a look at Inaba Toyogami. Inaba Toyogami, who have completed all of their block matches, and they finish with a final record of 2-6 with 4 points. Inaba Toyogami, that's Tomoka Inaba and Rana Yagami. So their 2 victories were over Peach Star Rock and Concave NX Con Convex. But 6 tough losses to Fukuoka Double Crazy, Tokimeki Pier and Alamode, Hi Mate, O2 Line, BMI 2000, and Psy Queen. So, really rough tournament for Inaba Toyogami. But, unfortunately, they have been mathematically eliminated. So, I mean, at least they didn't finish winless, but they had a really rough tournament overall. All right, next up, let's take a look at Peach Star Rock. Currently, their record is 2-5 with 4 points total so far. Peach Star Rock, that's Mayu Iwatani and Momokogo. They have 2 victories, excuse me, 2 victories over O2 Line and BMI 2000, but losses to Fukuoka Double Crazy, Concave NX Con Convex, Inaba Toyogami, Hi Mate, and Psy Queen. They have 1 match left, and it's against Tokimeki Pier and a la Mode. Peach Star Rock, they started off pretty strong, but then they just fell apart badly. They fell apart really badly. So I was kind of hoping that Peach Star Rock would have done a little better this tournament. And I mean, they still got one last chance to get 2 more points and finish with 6 points. But I really felt like they were going to do a little bit better. So, kind of rough. Kind of rough for them. Okay. And unfortunately, they're mathematically eliminated. All right. Now, we go down to O2 Line, which is Miyu Amasaki and Azumi. Right now, they have a record of 2-4, 4 points total. They have 2 victories over Tokimeki Pier and a la Mode and Inaba Toyogami, but 4 losses to Peach Star Rock, Fukuoka Double Crazy, Hi Mate, and BMI 2000. But they do have 2 matches left. They have 2 matches left against Psy Queen and Concave NX Con Convex. The interesting thing is they are still technically in it because they are still capable of getting 8 points, but they need to win out. They need to win these last 2 matches. They cannot afford another loss, or else it is over for them. So they can't afford another loss. They're going to need to win out, and then they're going to need some major help in order to make it into the playoffs. But they're not completely out of it yet. But they're on the edge. They're definitely on the edge. Okay. We have 4 teams. 4 teams with 6 points apiece. They are Tokimeki Parent a la Mode, Concave NX Con Convex, BMI 2000, and Quen. Alright, let's take a look at BMI 2000 first. Right now, BMI 2000, that's Natsuko Tora and Ruaka. They have a record of 3-4, 6 points. They got victories over Quen, O2 Line, and Inaba Toyogami, but 4 losses to Peach Star Rock, Fukuoka Double Crazy, Tokimeki Parent a la Mode, and Hi Mate. They only have 1 match left, and it's against Concave NX Con Convex. They're definitely still in it, but they do need to win this last match. They need to win this last match. So, we'll see what happens. But their final match is against Concave NX Con Convex. So, we'll see how that goes. Alright. Let's take a look at Quen. Quen, that's Saya Kamatani and Konami. They have a record of 3-3, 6 points total. They got the 3 wins over Peach Star Rock, Tokimeki Parent a la Mode, and Inaba Toyogami, but 3 losses to Concave NX Con Convex, Hi Mate, and BMI 2000. They have 2 matches left against O2 Line and Fukuoka Double Crazy. They're still in it. They have an opportunity to finish with 10 points if they can win out. But it's not going to be easy, especially one of their matchups is against Fukuoka Double Crazy. So, we'll see, but they still have a chance to finish with 10 points. All right, let's take a look at Concave NX Con Convex. That's Shuri and Saki Kashima. They have a record of 3-3 with 6 points total. They got 3 victories over Quen, Fukuoka Double Crazy, and Peach Star Rock. But they have 3 losses to Tokimeki Parent a la Mode, Inaba Toyogami, and Hi Mate. They have 2 matches left against O2 Line and BMI 2000. They too have an opportunity to finish with 10 points if they can win out. It's not going to be easy. I mean, I wouldn't sleep on both of these teams. I mean, they got a chance to finish strong, but it's not going to be easy. And then we have Tokimeki Parent a la Mode, which are Tam Nakano and Sayaka Kurara. They also have a 3-3 record, 6 points. Victories over BMI 2000, Inaba Toyogami, and Concave NX Con Convex. But they got losses to Fukuoka Double Crazy, O2 Line, and Quen. And their final 2 matches are against Peach Star Rock and Hi Mate. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough for them. But they got a chance to finish with 10 points, but tough ending road. I mean, don't sleep on Peach Star Rock. They might be out of it, but they could still surprise some folks. And then Hi Mate, I mean, you know, they're tough. They've had a great tournament. And then sitting at the top 2 spots, both with 6-1 records, both with 12 points, and both have secured spots in the playoffs. Those 2 teams are Fukuoka Double Crazy and Hi Mate. So let's take a look at Hi Mate. That's Micah and Hanako. Right now, they have the 2nd seed. 6-1 record, 12 points. They have victories over Queen, BMI 2000, O2 Line, Inaba Toyogami, Concave Annex Con Convex, and Peach Star Rock. The one loss they have was against Fukuoka Double Crazy. They have 1 match left against Tokimeki Perrin a la mode. They've had an excellent tournament on a big win streak, and then they finally lost 1. But they still have a chance to finish with the number 1 seed, which I'll go into detail in a minute. And then right now, currently, who holds the number 1 seed, 6-1, 12 points, Fukuoka Double Crazy. That's Hazuki and Koguma. They got victories over Peach Star Rock, Tokimeki Perrin a la mode, Inaba Toyogami, Hi Mate, O2 Line, BMI 2000. And the one loss they had in like 15 seconds was to Concave Annex Con Convex. Their last and final match will be against Queen. So, the way this currently looks, Fukuoka Double Crazy has the number 1 seed so far due to the tiebreaker over Hi Mate. So right now, being that none of the other teams can get as much as 12 points, we know that both Hi Mate and Fukuoka Double Crazy are guaranteed a playoff spot. It's just a matter of finding out where their final seeds will be. Now, the tough one to determine is, so we know as of right now, Fukuoka Double Crazy is holding the number 1 seed, Hi Mate the 2 seed. For now, it's a very, very close battle for the number 3 seed between Tokimeki Perrin a la mode, Concave Annex Con Convex, and Queen. All 3 of them have 3-3 records. So, I don't know. It's going to be really hard to determine who's going to clinch that number 3 seed. To be honest, something tells me it's probably going to be one of those teams from Hate. So either BMI 2000 or Queen. But, I mean, BMI 2000 has 1 match left, and they have a 3-4 record. And then again, Tokimeki Perrin a la mode have kind of been on a roll lately. Had a rough start, but then they've kind of gotten on a roll. Concave Annex Con Convex started off strong, but then they've taken some losses. So, in all honesty, it's really hard to say who's going to win that 3rd seed. But I think it's definitely safe to say that Fukuoka Double Crazy and High Mate, they're going to battle out for that 1 seed. They're going to battle out for that 1 seed. And pretty much the way it looks, all Fukuoka Double Crazy has to do is beat Queen, and they will secure the number 1 seed. All they got to do is win, and they clinch the number 1 seed. Now, if they lose and High Mate wins, then that means High Mate will take the number 1 seed. And now for that 3rd seed, BMI 2000 would need to win. And actually, let's see, BMI 2000 needs to win and they need Queen to lose at least one of their final matches, because BMI 2000 has the tiebreaker over Queen. But let's see. Queen also needs Tokimeki Perrin a la mode to lose. Actually need them to lose out. So it's going to be tough for BMI 2000. Now for Queen, Queen has to win out. And actually, if Queen can win out and Concave NXCon Convex can take at least 1 loss, then Queen should be in good position to secure that 3rd seed. Concave NXCon Convex, they need to, well, best bet is to win out, but they definitely need that win over BMI 2000. That's a must. And then they also need hold up. Tokimeki Perrin a la mode to lose. So there's that. Tokimeki Perrin a la mode. They just need to... They need to win out, and they need Queen to take a loss, because actually Queen's beat them. So honestly, and then O2 line needs to win out. O2 line needs to win out, and they need BMI 2000 to lose. And they will need, they need BMI 2000 to lose, and they need to win out. So it's going to be close. It's going to be really close. But the battle for that 3rd seed, that's a tight battle in the Red Goddess block. for reals. But congratulations to Fukuoka Double Crazy and High Mate, for they have secured a playoff spot. We just don't know which one of those two will get the number 1 seed. But they have made it to the playoffs. Okay, let's head on over to the Blue Goddess block. Okay, Blue Goddess block is very interesting because actually we got a lot of teams that have already been eliminated and a few that are in danger of being eliminated. So let's take a look. Okay, we have 3 teams sitting at the bottom with 4 points apiece. They are Sakura Demon, Team Classroom, and Reckless Fantasy. Let's take a look at Team Classroom. Team Classroom, that's Hina and Lady C. They have a record of 2-5, 4 points. Their 2 victories were over Devil and Princess and Wingory. But their 5 losses were to Star Fox, Reckless Fantasy, Sakura Demon, Tom and Jerry, Hate Supreme. And they only have 1 match left, and it's against Crazy Tigress. And they're mathematically eliminated, so the only thing they can try to do is play spoiler. But like I said, their final match is against Crazy Tigress, and that's not an easy one for them. But we'll see what happens. Next, Sakura Demon. That's Yuna Mizumori, Aya Sakura. They too have a record of 2-5, 4 points. Their 2 victories were over Devil and Princess and Team Classroom. Their 5 losses were to Hate Supreme, Wingory, Tom and Jerry, Star Fox, and Crazy Tigress. And their final match will be against Reckless Fantasy. They're also mathematically eliminated, but they got a chance to pretty much end it for Reckless Fantasy. But we'll see how that goes. All right, Reckless Fantasy. That's Waka Tsukiyama and Rion. They have a record of 2-4, 4 points. Their 2 victories were over Devil Princess and Team Classroom. Their 4 losses were to Crazy Tigress, Star Fox, Wingory, and Hate Supreme. Now, even though they do have 2 matches left, but because of the scores and what they are, and being that they can only get up to 8 points, they are mathematically eliminated. But they got a chance to play spoiler, as their 2 final matches are against Sakura Demon and Tom and Jerry. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if they can play spoiler and maybe win 1 more match. Preferably against Tom and Jerry, but that's going to be tough. That's going to be really tough. All right. We have 2 teams sitting both with 7 points each, and both have 3-3-1 records. Those teams are Wingory and Star Fox. All right, let's take a look at Star Fox. Star Fox, that is Mei Sara and Kohaku. So, record of 3-3-1, 7 points. Their 3 victories were over Sakura Demon, Team Classroom, and Reckless Fantasy. Their 3 losses were to Wingory, Tom and Jerry, and Devil Princess. The 1 draw was against Crazy Tigress. And they have 1 match left is against Hate Supreme. So they do have a chance to finish with 9 points, but they need to get this win. They cannot afford to lose this. They need this win in order to stay in it and potentially compete for a 2nd and 3rd seed. So we'll see how that goes. Let's look at Wingory. Wingory, that's Saya Ida and Hanan. Same record, 3-3-1, 7 points. Victories over Sakura Demon, Reckless Fantasy, and Star Fox. 3 losses to Team Classroom, Crazy Tigress, and Devil Princess. And the 1 draw is with Tom and Jerry. And their final match is against Hate Supreme. So, ooh, that's going to be a really tough match for Wing Gory. They need that win in order to stay alive. But it's not going to be easy. I mean, Hate Supreme, they're the current Goddess of Stardom tag champs. So, it's going to be tough. Okay. We have one team sitting with a record of 4-4 with 8 points total. And they are the current New Blood Tag Team Champions, Devil Princess. That's Rina and Azusa Inaba. Now, they have completed all of their matches. 4-4. Victories over Hate Supreme, Wing Gory, Star Fox, and Crazy Tigress. Their 4 losses were to Reckless Fantasy, Team Classroom, Sakura Demon, and Tom and Jerry. Now, being that they have completed their matches and the most that they've been able to get is 8 points, unfortunately, your New Blood Tag Team champs have been mathematically eliminated. So, they put up a great effort, and I thought they had a good chance, but just was not able to finish strong. Okay. We have 2 teams sitting at 9 points each. Those teams are Hate Supreme and Crazy Tigress. Let's take a look at Crazy Tigress. That's Starlight Kid and Suzu Suzuki. They have a record of 3-1-3. They got 3 victories over Wing Gory, Sakura Demon, and Reckless Fantasy. They got 1 loss to Devil Princess and 3 draws with Star Fox, Tom and Jerry, and Hate Supreme. Man, that's crazy. They got 3 draws. That's really crazy. But they have 1 match left, and that's against Team Classroom, which they got a chance to finish with 11 points. You would think it would be an easy victory for them, but Team Classroom was able to beat Devil Princess, so you never know. But Crazy Tigress still has a chance to excuse me, to make the playoffs. All right. And then we have your Goddess of Stardom tag champs, Hate Supreme. That's Momo Watanabe and Tekla. They have a record of 4-1-1 for 9 points. They got 4 victories over Tom and Jerry, Sakura Demon, Team Classroom, and Reckless Fantasy. They got 1 loss against Devil Princess and 1 draw with Crazy Tigress. Their final match is against Star Fox. Oh no, they got 2 matches left. Star Fox and Wing Gory. So they got quite an interesting 2 remaining matchups. Not going to be easy. But Hate Supreme has had a good tournament so far. So we'll see what happens. And then right now, currently at the top, holding the number 1 seed so far, with a record of 4-1-2 for 10 points, is Team Tom and Jerry, which are Seriano and Natsupoi. So, 4 victories over Devil Princess, Star Fox, Team Classroom, and Sakura Demon. They got 1 loss to Hate Supreme and 2 draws with Wingori and Crazy Tigress. They have one match left, and it's against Reckless Fantasy. So here's the interesting thing. Right now, Tom and Jerry has the most points, so they currently have the number 1 seed. They have one match left. They could still get 12 points. But here's the thing. Hate Supreme, being that they have 9 points and 2 matches left, if Hate Supreme can win their final 2 matches, that will give them 13 points, and they will have secured the number 1 seed by default. If they can win out their final 2 matches, they are guaranteed the number 1 seed. Because they're the only team that can make it to 13 points. So, if they can win out, they get the number 1 seed. If Tom and Jerry can win their final match and Hate Supreme can lose at least one of their matches, then Tom and Jerry will secure that number 1 seed. And right now, Crazy Tigress would be the number 3 seed for now. And the thing with Crazy Tigress is they can get 11 points if they can win, and if they can, let's see, if they can win, and if Tom and Jerry loses, and if some way, somehow, Hate Supreme can lose both of their matches, then Crazy Tigress will secure the number 1 seed. So they need help, but technically Crazy Tigress could still get the number 1 seed. But they would have to win, and Tom and Jerry would have to lose their final match, and Hate Supreme would have to lose their final 2 matches. It's not impossible, but still. Now, let's look at some of these other scenarios. Now, Wingori, they need to beat Hate Supreme for 9 points, and they're going to need, let's see, they need to beat Hate Supreme. Hate Supreme needs to lose out. They need, and they will need Crazy Tigress to lose. If that can happen, then they will secure a playoff spot, probably the 3rd seed. Star Fox definitely needs to beat Hate Supreme. And will need Hate Supreme Well, see, now here's the tricky thing. If Hate Supreme loses out, I mean, Wingori, that means Wingori wins, and Wingori actually has the tiebreaker over Star Fox. But, well, actually, okay. So they need to beat Hate Supreme. If Hate Supreme can beat Wingori, then that means Star Fox will take one of the seeds. Yeah, they'll take one of the seeds. Because they have the... and they need they would need Crazy Tigress to lose. They would need Crazy Tigress to lose. So, a little complicated. A little complicated. But it's going to be close. It's definitely... It's going to be close. But if the tournament were to end now, your number 1 seed would be Tom and Jerry. Your number 2 seed would be Hate Supreme. And your number 3 seed would be Crazy Tigress. If the tournament were to end, if the blocks were to end now. Because remember, the number 1 seeds get automatic buys into the semifinals. So they're guaranteed a semifinal match. But it's going to be interesting. Like I said, the final block matches are November 30th and December 1st. So, a couple of days after Thanksgiving. So, we'll see what happens. But it's been a very interesting tournament. Very interesting tournament. But we'll see how it ends. Or we'll see how the playoffs look. Okay. Now, let's switch gears to the last tournament I want to talk about. And that is the New Japan Pro Wrestling World Tag League 2024. Got a decent number of matches in the books. So let's go over the current standings. Starting off with Block A. Alright. So for Block A, let's look at what we have here. So right now we have 2 teams sitting at the bottom, both with 0-3 records, both with 0 points. Those 2 teams are Bullet Club and Funky Sauce. Bullet Club and Funky Sauce. Let's take a look at Funky Sauce. That's Alex Zane and Ryusuke Taguchi. 0-3, 0 points. Losses to United Empire, TMDK, and LIJ. They have 4 matches left. So, still in it, but they need to start winning. They need to start winning if they want to have a shot. So, they need to get on that. Okay, the other 0-3 team, that's Bullet Club. That's Kenta and Chase Owens. They have losses to Bishamon, United Empire, and Bullet Club War Dogs. And they also have 4 matches left. Still in it, but they need to start winning. They need to start winning matches. All right. We have 1 team right now sitting with a record of 1-2 with 2 points. And that's Bullet Club War Dogs. That's Gabe Kidd and Sonata. So, 1-2 record. They got the 1 victory over Bullet Club. And 2 losses to TMDK and LIJ. So, 4 matches left. Still very much in it. At least they were able to get a win, but they need to add more. All right. We have 4 teams right now. All 4 sitting with 2-1 records with 4 points each. They are Bishamon, Shota Umino, Tomaki Honma, TMDK, and LIJ. Let's take a look at LIJ. That's Shingo Takagi and Yota Tsuji. 2-1, 4 points. Victories over Bullet Club, War Dogs, and Funky Sauce. But a loss to Bishamon. Lost to Bishamon. 4 matches left. But, you know, still think they're doing good. I still think they're going to finish strong. All right, next up, TMDK. That's Zack Sabre Jr. and Ryohei Oiwa. 2-1 record, 4 points. Victories over Funky Sauce and Bullet Club War Dogs. But a loss to the team of Shota Umino and Tomoaki Honma. 4 matches left. But a nice start for TMDK. Not bad. Not bad. All right, let's look at Shota Umino, Tomoaki Honma. Interesting pairing, but they're 2-1 right now with 4 points. They got victories over TMDK and even over Bishamon, which was pretty impressive. But the one loss to United Empire. 4 matches left, but those are some pretty impressive victories, though. It's kind of shocking. It's kind of shocking. And then at the top, we got 4 points, 2-1 record. That's Bishamon, which are Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi. Of course, keep in mind, they've won this tournament 3 straight. They're trying to go for a 4th. Now, 2-1, 4 points. Victories over Bullet Club and LIJ. But the one loss to Shota Umino, Tomoaki Honma. 4 matches left. But still a strong showing from Bishamon. And definitely a big threat in this tournament. Especially considering they won the last 3. Okay. We have one team right now sitting at the top, undefeated, 3-0, 6 points, and that are United Empire's Jeff Cobb and Callum Newman. What a start for them. 3-0, victories over Bullet Club, Shota Umino, Tomoaki Honma, and Funky Sauce. So 4 matches left, but they are on a roll. Undefeated, looking good. So we'll see how that goes as we progress to the next set of matches. But yeah. All right, let's go to the B block. All right, B block. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, it's close. It's really, really close. We got one team right now sitting with a record of 0-2, 0 points. And that's the team of Hiroshi Tanahashi and Jado. So 0-2, losses to United Empire and the Natural Classics. Let's see. They have 5 matches left. So 5 matches left. But not a good start for Tanahashi and Jado, but it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Okay, we have 6 teams, all with 1-1 records, 2 points each. Whew. They are United Empire, Just 4 Guys, TMDK, LIJ, Natural Classics, Bolton Oleg, Toru Yano, and that's it. That's all of them. That's all of them. Okay, let's start with Bolton Oleg, Toru Yano. Right now, 1-1, 1 victory over LIJ, but the 1 loss to House of Torture. Yeah, 5 matches left. All right. Natural Classics. That's Tom and Stevie Phillip. 1-1 as well. Victories over Tanahashi and Jado, but a loss to TMDK. Yeah, 5 matches left, but not bad for the Natural Classics. All right. LIJ, that's Tetsuya Naito, Hiromu Takahashi. Same record, 1-1, 2 points. A victory over TMDK, but a loss to Toru Yano and Boltin Oleg. 5 matches left. But yeah, kind of a bummer that they lost to Toru Yano and Boltin Oleg. Man, ouch. All right, TMDK, that's Shane Haste, Mikey Nichols. Same record, 1-1. Victory over Natural Classics, but a loss to LIJ. 5 matches left for the former tag champs. Still plenty of matches to go. All right, next up, just 4 guys. That's Taichi and Taka Michinoku, 1-1 as well. Victory over United Empire, but a loss to House of Torture. 5 matches left. Not a bad start. Not a bad start. And then the IWGP Tag Team Champions, United Empire, 1-1. That's Great Okan and Hanare. They got the 1 victory over Tanahashi and Jado, but the 1 loss to just 4 guys. And they got 5 matches left, but still very, very close block. Very close block. But right now, sitting at the top with a 2-0 record, 4 points, freaking House of Torture. That's Evil and Ren Narita. They got victories over just 4 guys and Toru Yano Boltin Oleg. 5 matches left. But they are at the top currently. But it is still very, very close. Still very close in this block. But let's see what our next upcoming matches are for the A block. So the next set of matches will be on November 27th. Let's see what we got. All right, we got Bishamon versus TMDK. That should be a really good match. We got LIJ versus Bullet Club. Ooh, that's going to be a tough match for Bullet Club. Shota Umino Tomoki Hanma versus Funky Sauce. That ought to be interesting. United Empire, let's see. Against Bullet Club War Dogs. That could be where BC War Dogs might pull off an upset. Let's see. Funky Sauce. Oh, yeah. Shota Umino Tomoki Hanma. TMDK Bishamon. Bullet Club War Dogs. United Empire. LIJ. Bullet Club. Yeah. So those are the next matchups. And that'll be November 27th. That's Wednesday. And then for the B block, next matches are actually the 26th. Okay. So let's see. 26th. House of Torture versus United Empire. That should be interesting, but I hope United Empire wins. Let's see. Oh, we got LIJ versus Just 4 Guys. Ooh, that's gonna be a tough matchup for Just 4 Guys, if you ask me. Yeah, if you ask me, that's a tough matchup for Just 4 Guys. TMDK versus Hiroshi Tanahashi Jado for the 26th. Yeah, LIJ versus Just 4 Guys. Yep. Tanahashi Jado versus TMDK. Natural Classics versus Boltin Oleg Toru Yano. That should be interesting. House of Torture, great United Empire. But yeah, so we got B block matches on November 26th, A block on November 27th. That's Tuesday and Wednesday. So definitely keep an eye out for those. You know, still got plenty of matches left. in this tournament. So, still got a ways to go, but the finals will be on December 8th. So, that's in about 2.5 weeks or so. So, we'll see how it goes. Should be interesting. All right. That does it for pro wrestling tournament coverage stuff. Before we bring it on home with my review of AEW Full Gear 2024, here's a quick word on the sponsor of this video, Game Beauty. Check them out. As you continue to enjoy content here at Blitzball Champ Gaming, be sure you take a moment to check out Game Beauty. Beauty inspired by gaming. Game Beauty brings to you video game related makeup and cosmetic products. You have products such as eyeshadow palettes, elemental pearl highlighters, eyeshadow brushes, liquid eyeliner pens by Akideris, and even non-makeup products like graphic tees. They even have special collaboration makeup kits, such as this Persona 5 Heat Wave Brush Single, Metaverse Bundle, and even a Phantom Thieves limited edition makeup collection. Also remember that Game Beauty provides international shipping of $60 or more. And if you use the promo code BlitzballChamp, all in caps, you can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to use that to your advantage. Now, back to your regularly scheduled video. Enjoy, and thank you. Alrighty. Switching gears, no pun intended, to my review of AEW Full Gear 2024. So, this show took place this past Saturday, November 23rd, at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Had a good handful of matches. Had 3 pre-show matches, 3 0-hour matches. So, let's go ahead and hop right on in with this first one. Alright, starting off, we had ourselves a singles match between the Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo, and Anna Jay. I was a little surprised with the finish of this match, but for the most part, the match was all right. Wasn't too long. It was only like 7 minutes and some change, but you know, Taya Valkyrie eventually got kicked out to the back by the ref. But honestly, I felt like Deonna was like more dominant in this match. But I didn't really like the finish, to be honest with you. So Deonna Purrazzo had the Fujiwara armbar locked in on Anna Jay, but she kept torquing the hold to the point where Anna Jay used the leverage of her going back so far and was able to reverse into a roll-up for the 1-2-3. Anna Jay pinned Deonna Purrazzo on that roll-up reversal to get the victory. Yeah, not a fan of the finish, to be honest with you, but Yeah, Anna Jay with the win over Deonna Purrazzo. Not one I expected, that's for sure. All right, let's go to our next match, which I thought this was actually a pretty good match for the pre-show. Check it out. You had a Fatal 4-Way match between Dante Martin, the Beast Mortos, Komander, and Buddy Matthews. This match... excuse me. This match lasted a little over 10 and a half minutes. Just a little bit over 10 and a half minutes. But very entertaining, very action-packed. I mean, all four wrestlers definitely got in on the action and the high-flying as well. So, yeah. Definitely a lot of high-flying, high-octane spots in this match. But it was fun. It was very fun, very entertaining. Was a little surprised at the finish. I was not expecting this. But Dante Martin hit pretty much a Mamba Splash. He hit a Mamba Splash. And as he was going for the cover, Buddy Matthews hit Dante, hit him with a curb stomp, and then pretty much rolled him over into a pin for the 1-2-3. And that's how Buddy Matthews picked up the win. Not who I thought would win this match, to be honest with you. I honestly figured it was going to be the Beast Mortos for a moment. But Buddy Matthews with the victory. But it was a good match. Very entertaining. I liked it. But, yeah, if you ask me, I thought it was the best match of the pre-show. Okay. And then, to round out the end of the pre-show, is a match that I really wasn't invested in, just to keep it real with y'all, but here it is. We had a special singles match between Big Boom AJ, accompanied by Big Justice, taking on QT Marshall. This match went over 11 minutes, 44 seconds. So, I mean, kudos that it went that long. I know Aaron Solo tried to interfere, and Big Justice and all that. But honestly, this match, I wasn't really feeling this match. I wasn't feeling this match. But, you know, hey, kudos to Big Boom AJ hitting a nice powerbomb on QT Marshall before pinning him for the 1-2-3. I mean, that was pretty nice. But honestly, I wasn't really feeling this match. I wasn't feeling this match. So, but that's how they closed out the pre-show. So, yeah. All right. Let's go to our next matchup, which is the first matchup to kick off the main card of AEW Full Gear. Let's take a look. All right, so they decided to open up the main card with a championship match, as the World Tag Team Championships are on the line, as Private Party, Isiah Kassidy, Marq, Quen, defended the tag titles against Kings of the Black Throne, which is Brody King and Malakai Black, versus the Outrunners, that's Truth Magnum, Turbo Floyd, versus the Acclaimed, Max Caster, Anthony Bowens. Another very action-packed match. Lasted a little over 13 minutes. But, you know, it was pretty action-packed. Definitely a little more dysfunction shown from the Acclaimed between Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. But for the most part, this match was very, very action-packed. I liked the back and forth between, I believe it was Turbo Floyd and Brody King. I definitely liked the back and forth there. But when it was all said and done, I don't know why I said that. When it was all said and done, Private Party just, come on now, they weren't about to lose those tag titles on the first defense. But they hit Max Caster with a gin and juice. Isiah pins Max Caster for the 1-2-3. Private Party, still your AEW World Tag Team Champions. And yeah, pretty impressive getting the win over those three other strong teams. So, hey, good stuff. All right, let's go to our next match. Here we go. All right, singles match, MJF versus Roderick Strong. To be honest with you, I mean, this match lasted a little over 13 and a half minutes. Honestly, I really wasn't that crazy invested in this match, just to keep it real. But, I mean, you know, there was a little bit of back and forth. I know MJF with all his smack talk and everything. It definitely turned up a notch a little much later in the match. So, I mean, I guess there was that. But MJF was able to eventually submit Roderick Strong with the Salt of the Earth. Then afterwards, he went and picked up a chair to shatter Roddy's forearm. And then out comes Adam Cole and the rest of the Undisputed Kingdom and pretty much scares off MJF. Then Kyle O'Reilly comes down and pushes down Adam Cole and kept telling him, go get MJF, go get MJF. So, still seems to be some dysfunction and unanswered questions with Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. But it's definitely not over between Adam Cole and MJF. It's definitely not over. But as far as the match, that's all I can really say. All right. Let's go to our next matchup. Which time for another championship match. Here we go. Check it out. We had the TBS Championship on the line as the champion, Mercedes Moné, defended against Kris Statlander. This match went over 19 minutes. Almost hit the 20-minute mark. But you know what? I got to give credit where credit's due. This was actually a pretty solid match. This was probably Mercedes' best match in AEW so far. I have to say this was her best match so far in AEW. But her and Kris Statlander, they really went at it for almost 20 minutes. And it was solid. Both were trading signatures, both trading finishers and all that jazz. And, you know, it was back and forth. So many near pinfalls. And both these ladies look really strong in this match. They look really strong. Now, I was not a fan of the finish. Wasn't a fan of the finish. Mercedes pretty much hits a Quesadilla onto Kris Statlander, where she hit that bottom rope, and then Mercedes just got her up and just rolled her up into a pin for the 1-2-3. And that's how Mercedes was able to retain. So the finish was very weak. Very weak. But the match overall was solid. And I felt like it was Mercedes' best match in AEW. You know? But I will say this. Give it time. Camille is going to eventually turn on her. I mean, Mercedes has been talking down to Camille. Had her stay in the back. But it's only a matter of time. I think Camille is going to turn on Mercedes. I think it's a matter of time. But overall, pretty solid match. Just very weak ending. Very weak ending. All right. Let's go to our next match. Here we go. All right. This was a singles match. Hangman Adam Page versus Switchblade Jay White. This match definitely went back and forth between these two. And really just... It really could have gone either way. Both were tearing each other apart. And just really went in. Hangman hit a couple of dead eyes in this match. And, you know, both these guys were really tearing each other apart. And it seems like Hangman was gonna put away Jay White. But in good Jay White fashion, like a lot of his matches, he was able to counter, and then eventually hit a Blade Runner on Hangman. Just one Blade Runner. Pinned him for the 1-2-3. Jay White, your winner. After the match, as Switchblade Jay White was going up the ramp, Hangman attacks him from behind. And also ended up attacking Christopher Daniels as well, who came out to try to stop Hangman from doing any more damage, and he got decked for it. So he got decked for it. But yeah, that was pretty much the ending. But solid match. Definitely thought it was a solid match. For sure. All right. Let's go to our next matchup, which this was one heck of a match. One heck of a match. Here we go. Oh, man. We had the two former United Empire stablemates, close friends, but no more. The aerial assassin, Will Ospreay, taking on the proto-star, Kyle Fletcher. Excellent match from start to finish. I mean, very intense. Started off intense as well. But this was a 24-minute, 13-second match. Definitely went the distance. And you know what? I was actually impressed with the finish. Very impressed with the finish. I mean, like, these two, they really tore each other apart. But for the finish, Kyle Fletcher actually pinned Will Ospreay clean. He hit that turnbuckle brainbuster. And yeah, pinned him for the 1-2-3. Beat Will Ospreay clean. I was very impressed. I was like, okay. That was very impressive. I like that. I like that. Afterwards, Mark Davis showed up, checked on Will Ospreay. I honestly was thinking he was going to turn on Will Ospreay. I think it's eventually coming, just not yet. But I do think it's eventually coming that Mark Davis is going to turn on Will Ospreay. And hey, I guess that could mean reuniting of Aussie Open, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see, but I don't know. All right. Let's go to the next match. How about another title match? Check it out. All right, we have the TNT, the AEW TNT Championship on the line as the champion. Jack Perry defended against Daniel Garcia. So this match was a little over 18 minutes. And to be honest with you, I mean, I know Jack Perry was the heel in this, but I felt like he did way too much junk talking. And, you know, when it came down to it, he just kind of took it. He took the beating and just took, pretty much, you can kind of say he almost kind of laid down for Daniel Garcia, because that ending sequence really just made it easy. Because when you think about it, Jack Perry pretty much gave him the win, just with how it looked. Even though he was trying to, you know, bait him, trying to get him angry, which he almost got himself disqualified, Daniel Garcia. He grabbed the chair. He wanted to use it, but it would have resulted in a DQ. And Jack Perry tried to take advantage with a low blow and such, but wasn't able to put away Daniel Garcia. He did eventually hit that pile driver on Jack Perry and then put him in the Dragon Slayer, that sharpshooter. Took him a bit, pulled him back to the middle of the ring, but eventually Jack Perry tapped out. And ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Garcia is your new AEW TNT champion. Not crazy a fan of how the match pacing and whatnot was going, but happy for Daniel Garcia. You know, now TNT champion. First AEW title. So, not bad, not bad. All right, let's go to our next matchup. This was a fun one. Check it out. All right, we have the AEW International Championship on the line as the champion. Konosuke Takeshita defended against Ricochet. Definitely love this match from start to finish. These two are incredible wrestlers. Match went a little over 19 minutes. But yeah, a great clash of styles between both of these competitors. Takeshita has really been on a roll. He's had quite an excellent year overall. But yeah, he's been on a roll. And a great challenge from Ricochet. Put up an excellent effort, but it took an avalanche Falcon arrow from Takeshita to Ricochet and then pinned him for the 1-2-3. Takeshita still your AEW International Champion, but this was an awesome match. This was definitely an awesome match. I don't think it'll be the last time we see these two face each other, but that was an awesome match. Okay. Next up, I was kind of surprised they put this match at this time slot. But check it out. Singles match. Swerve Strickland versus Bobby Lashley. To be honest, this match was kind of meh. It was only 13 minutes, 22 seconds. But honestly, the match was kind of meh. Definitely they made Bobby Lashley look like, the Goliath of this match. I mean, just beating up and beating down on Swerve. And, Swerve started to make a comeback later on and whatnot. But when it was all said and done, Lashley was able to submit Swerve Strickland with the Hurt Lock. And there you go. Bobby Lashley, your winner. Did not take long for him to get booked for a pay-per-view, and he picked up the win. But I don't know. It just really... That was rough to see Swerve eat that Hurt Lock, to be honest with y'all. But, they're going to continue to have Swerve and Prince Nana feud with MVP Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley and all that jazz. So, definitely this rivalry is not over. This storyline will continue to progress, if you ask me. And then the main event. Well, actually, before I go into the main event, there's a segment I want to mention, and that's the Mariah May champagne celebration with Mina Shirakawa. Things were all cool at the start. They toasted. Mina praised Mariah May. And then they, started doing a dance. I mean, Mina was doing a lot more of the dancing. Mariah May got a champagne bottle, was getting ready to hit Mina. But Mina turned around. She swung. She ducked. Mina was ready. Mina knew what was coming. And Mina was ready. And then, she karate spin kicks. She roundhouse kicks the champagne bottle. Just shatters it from Mariah May's hand. And then she pretty much spears Mariah May off the stage through some tables. Mariah was bleeding from the mouth, and she ended up giving Mariah May a kiss on the forehead, just like Mariah May did to Toni Storm. Also, Mina got a big whelp on her forehead. Big old egg on her forehead. But Rose Gold is no more. That's the end of Mariah May, Mina Shirakawa. I am guessing, who knows, maybe Mina gets Mariah May at World's End. That'll be the next PLE for AEW. Maybe that's where Mina gets her title shot against Mariah May. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Now for the main event of AEW Full Gear 2024. Came down to the AEW World Championship as Jon Moxley defended against freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Now, this match started off pretty chaotic, especially for Orange Cassidy. This match was almost 19 and a half minutes. Not quite. But Orange Cassidy went on the preemptive strike with a couple of orange punches and almost put away Jon Moxley, but just that wasn't going to happen. There was quite a bit of interference here and there on the behalf of the Death Riders. But this went back and forth, went the distance. And, Orange Cassidy eventually got busted open. I mean, overall, it was a pretty brutal match for the most part. Just the interference started to get excessive. And of all things, it took interference from Wheeler Yuta to hit a Busaiku knee on Orange Cassidy. And then Mox hits a Death Rider, and that's enough to put away Orange Cassidy for the 1-2-3. So Wheeler Yuta apparently was the deciding factor. And you know, even though Orange Cassidy had some help, because the conglomeration came out, Willow Nightingale came out to, you know, pretty much isolate Marina Shafir, you know, take her out. So, I mean, there was decent bit of interference. And then after the match, they held up Orange Cassidy, and Wheeler Yuta poured some, I don't know if that was bleach or Clorox, or I don't know what that was, but he just poured it on Orange Cassidy's face and all that, and just, yeah, that was weird. That was really weird. But a crazy sequence after that match. Christian Cage attempted to cash in his contract, especially after Hangman Adam Page came down to kind of, you know, I guess you could say facilitate that. Christian Cage tried to cash in, but Switchblade Jay White ended up coming down and pretty much messing that up. So just a wild sequence after the match. Just Christian Cage, once again, was trying to cash in on his title shot, which, you know, didn't sign anything yet, but yeah. And then the Death Riders went to leave the arena, get in their escape car. Another car crashes into the escape vehicle, so they ended up scrambling, going to the rack of keys and finding another vehicle. And out of the other vehicle, Darby Allin comes out bloodied up, wrecked car and all. So I think it's mainly just going to come down to just another setup where we're going to get Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley. And probably some crazy stipulation match. I don't know. But I think that's what it's ultimately going to lead up to. But overall, Full Gear was all right. I'm not going to say it was bad or anything like that. You know, it was all right. You know, had some solid matches, you know. I'm not going to say it was, you know, trash pay-per-view, because I don't think it was. But yeah. So, Full Gear in the books. Now it's just full steam ahead to, you know, through the Continental Classic and then up to at World's End. So, still quite a lot to look forward to for AEW. But another pay-per-view in the books. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. Don't forget to check out Game Beauty when you get a chance. And let me know y'all's thoughts. How y'all feel about this pro wrestling tournament season? How do y'all feel about Haru Kazushiro winning the TJPW Next Generation tournament? What do you think about the lineup for the Continental Classic? You like the lineup for that? The 14th Goddess of Stardom Tag League, the New Japan Pro Wrestling World Tag League. Let me know your thoughts on how you're liking those tournaments, you know, the progress and everything. And let me know what y'all's thoughts on AEW Full Gear. Did you like this year's? Did you like the card? Did you like the matches? Were your predictions correct? Let me know your thoughts. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. My name is Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed start to the week, and I will see y'all at the next video and our live stream. Peace.